Welcome back to Dynamics. Okay, let's go ahead and wrap these up. Let's wrap up these spoilers here. We have June 23rd spoilers, and we will start with Intet the Dreamer. Um, this has been reprinted a couple of times since the original printing. I think the original was the Commander one, not the Planar Chaos, but I could be wrong about that. They haven't changed the art. There's been no changing, no new art variations. All we have is the foil etch copy of it. But it was just, or not just, it was in Commander 2017. I have a copy of it there. Don't really need a copy of it again. It's not worth a whole lot. But as I've been saying, most of these spoilers, foil etched is nice, and I wouldn't mind once I start seeing these prices drop, go out and get a copy of this. All right, moving on. Smothering Tithe is one of the big, huge reprints of the set. I'm happy to see it. Other than the fact that the couple of copies I own are, decreased in value, but that's okay because one, I can get myself a foil etch copy of this. I would love to pull that. That'd be a great pull. This full art, I'm not super excited about the art for this. It's not great, but for those who like it, it would be a good pull. It's worth a good deal of money. The getting a nice variation on the art, finally getting a variation on the art. I just don't care for the art, and I've seen the possibility that there's going to be a judge promo coming out for Smothering Tithe that I think the art's probably a little better on. But either way, I would love to get this foil etched. That would be one of the top foil etch rares that I could pull. All right, moving on. All right, next is Monastery Mentor. There's been a judge promo for this. I don't have that, I don't believe. I used to own the original copy, but I think I traded or sold it. I don't think I still own this. And I don't think I've pulled a list copy of it, although maybe I have. But what I'm leaning towards, I don't own a copy of this card. It'd be great to pull a copy of the card, even though it's at Mythic. I kind of wish they had dropped this one down to Rare too, but at Mythic, that's fine. Getting a foil etch copy of it would be nice. Maybe I'll pick one up afterwards if I don't pull it, because this price is decent. Maybe we'll see it drop down a little bit. I do like playing white in Commander. I know a lot of people don't, but I do, and so having a copy of this would be good. It'd be a good card to own. All right, moving on. We have Elsha of the Infinite. And it pulled it up weird on TCG Player, but this is the foil etch copy of it. I would love to own a copy of that. I have the, what was it? It was in Commander 20, let's see if I can find it. Commander 2019. So I have a copy of it. I don't need a copy of it. It's not really a commander that I would probably build, but getting a foil etch copy would be nice. But again, this is another card. It's not worth a lot. It's a commander card. It has never been reprinted, so I get that they're reprinting it, but it just wasn't needed in the set. I believe let me go back here. They changed this to rare, right? Yeah, it's a rare. Okay, at least they brought it down from Mythic to rare. All right, moving on. Okay, next card is Jessica's Ascendancy. Did I mix these up? I think I did. Okay. Jessica's Ascendancy needed a reprint in that it hadn't been reprinted previously, but it's not worth a whole lot. It's another one of those rares. It's in there. A lot of these rares you're pulling in, and they just aren't adding a lot of value to your box or your pack or whatever you're doing. So again, a lot of these are go out and buy single type cards. If you want to get a copy of this in foil etch, I wouldn't blame you. This is a good card. It's a good card to have in foil etch. It's an enchantment, stays on the battlefield. So I do like it in foil etch. Did it need to be in the set? No, but it is what it is. All right, so Abbot of Carol Keep was originally in Magic Origins. I think I own that copy of it. I'm not 100% sure about that. I would probably say I do, but if I pulled a copy of it, another copy of it, it'd be a disappointing rare to pull. But if I don't own a copy of it, it'd be nice to get a copy of this for my collection. And this foil etch is $1.70, so even at pre-release prices. So hopefully I don't pull that, but hopefully I can go out and just pick one up afterwards. Oh, let me close that out. All right, next card is Talran Sky Summoner. Is this another one? Yeah, see, this has just been reprinted. Reprinted, is this an uncommon in Time Spiral Remaster? It was a special because it was just the old border, so they weren't really treating it as common, uncommon, rare. Okay. But I believe I have that. I could be wrong, but I believe I have that. If not, I probably have the Ultimate Masters copy. I probably have this 2015 because it was probably in the Azuri deck if it's making 2/2 creatures. Definitely have the Commander 2020, 2021, Commander 2019. It's been reprinted a bunch. It was in Jumpstart. I have the Jumpstart copy. I don't need this card. It's decent in my Azuri deck. Don't get me wrong. I don't cast a lot of instants and sorceries though, so it doesn't trigger over and over again like some other decks that would use it more effectively. But you get a trigger off of Talran, and if you cast any instants or sorceries, you get another trigger, and it's decent. Wouldn't mind a foil edge copy of it. Don't really want to pull that either. But looking at it, it seems like a lot of these rares are that way. So whatever the rare I end up pulling is probably going to be, okay, all right, I have a copy of this now. So, all right, moving on. Revelark, that's a good card. Let's see what. Again, it's been reprinted a lot, so the price is pretty low on this. I'd like to get a foil edge copy of it. Same as same as most of the other ones that I've mentioned. This is not worth a whole lot. Would be a somewhat disappointing pull based on the value, but I do want a foil edge copy of it. So, all right, moving on. Mentor of the Meek we've talked about previously has a new art. I hope to pull that. I'm glad it said uncommon. That was a great downshift. Let's see some of these Lightning Helix. I have like the Mystical Archive version. I like that version. Young Pyromancer. I think that's the one that I pulled up. So we have a full art treatment of Young Pyromancer. It's been reprinted quite a few times, but it's uncommon, so that's not terrible. I have the Chandra Spellbook version and the Time Spiral Remastered version, but if I get a full art copy of it, especially foil, that's pretty cool. That'd be a fun card to have. All right, Spell Pierce also had one. Is that what I have here? Spell Pierce. So Spell Pierce is interesting. Spell Pierce was in one of the first secret layers. It had 4 different copies or 4 different arts for the same card, and so they were kind of testing that out to see if that's something people would want. It's not my collection philosophy, but it's cool to have a bunch of them. I mean, if you're gonna play it, I don't play it very often in Commander. It'll get put in a couple of different decks where I have a need to protect my Commander. That's usually where it'll go. I guess it'll help protect from board wipes too, so that helps sometimes. But by the time people cast board wipes, they usually can pay the 2. In Commander, oftentimes people can pay the 2. So Spell Pierce really is not a card I play in Commander too often, and I already have a copy of it. I like this art. This was some good art back on the Amonkhet Invocation, the masterpieces. But the new art for it, it's fine. I wouldn't get rid of it. I'd keep it. Probably move on from these secret layers. Someone will want to buy the 4-pack of the secret layers. All right, moving on. Okay, so now we have Monastery Swift Spear. I have this Time Spiral Remastered copy. I did not get this secret layer. I was not a fan of it, so I didn't pick up that secret layer. But it's pretty decent value on that one if you did pick it up. It also came with, I think, the the white god. I'm forgetting which one. Anyways, whatever. I didn't pick up that secret lair. And I'm glad I didn't, especially because this art is great. I've seen a lot of people talk about this art there, and one, it's been downshifted for Pauper, so you can play it in Pauper. I like it in foil. I know some people are saying they prefer it in non-foil for multiple reasons. Foil's curl, and this white background looks better in non-foil. But I love the card in foil. I love how the Monastery Swiss Spear person actually stands out really well in the foil. So I'll get a copy of this for Commander, definitely. All right, moving on to the Bloodforged Battle Axe. They gave us a new art for this one. Kind of a weird choice, but okay. It was in Commander 2017. I do have a copy of it from Commander 2017. I think this was in the Vampire deck too, if I'm not mistaken. And so, yeah, I mean, cool. Getting a new art treatment for it. Not sure why this one was chosen, but I guess it gets some Commander play. And then getting a foil etch copy of it, which is surprisingly worth quite a bit. But this, I mean, it was worth a decent amount just as a regular card, so decent include. Wouldn't be a bad pull at rare. All right, so let's see what's next. We will close this up. Next card is Twin Flame. I wasn't familiar with this card. It was in Journey to Nyx. This is its first reprint. It's worth a decent amount. Good include. Not really a card that I play, but a good include in the set. Decent rare, and needed a reprint. Get a foil etch copy of it. All right, moving on. Joda Archmage Eternal, one of the not the first, but I remember this being one of the first times where it was 5-color and people were like, "Oh, that'd be a great 5-color commander." And it needed a reprint. It hasn't been reprinted since it was released in Dominaria, so it's a good include. Other than it's not worth a whole lot, but good include to have in the set. I want a foil etch copy of it. Hopefully it drops down a little bit more in price from this point. I will try to pick that up though. Moving on. Leonin Arbiter in my cat deck. Another one of the cards in my cat deck. Want to pick up a foil etch copy of this. Surprised they didn't do a full art treatment for it, but okay. I'll go ahead and include the foil etch copy in my cat deck. It was in Commander 2017, obviously, the cat deck. So, good card to include. Not worth a whole lot, but a decent rare. Privileged Position. I thought this card had been reprinted previously more times. I have this Guilds of Ravnica guild kit copy of it. I like that copy of it. I may even own both copies if I'm not mistaken. I may have picked this one up before this came out just because I wanted it in maybe even the cat deck. That might have been where I put that. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I think I might have both copies. I like this full art treatment. I like the foil etch treatment. So both of those would be good pulls for me. I'd be happy with both of those pulls. That art's just beautiful. I love it. And I've mentioned it hundreds of times already. I love foil etch cards. So, all right, moving on. All right, Emil the Blessed. Okay, so this is another one of those Jumpstart mythics that they reprinted because Jumpstart was underprinted for a long time. It's dropped down quite a bit in value since it was so hard to come by previously, but now you can get a copy of it pretty easily, and you can pull it in Double Masters. Interestingly, at Mythic. This might have been one that they could have dropped down to rare, but that's fine. I like the full art. It's nice. I wouldn't mind getting a copy of that as my copy of the card. Full etch, obviously. I love that too. But yeah, I think the art's nice enough. I would run it at for the full art copy. Okay. Ulashed the Hate Seed. Always been an interesting art. I like the original art. They didn't really need to do a new art treatment for it because the original art is just so unique. I have the Guild Kit version, of course. And then they reprinted this in the one of the Kamigawa commander decks, and it's sitting at 9 cents. So pulling this as your rare is about as depressing as it gets. This is probably one of the least sought after rares. But foil etch, sure, I would be disappointed if I pulled that. But I like it in foil etch. It looks nice enough, but I wouldn't go out. I don't think I'd go out and get it. Well, I mean, it's super cheap. Maybe I will, but I do have this copy, so we'll see. We'll see. All right, moving on. Another one of these commander reprints at Mythic. That's unfortunate. I mean, but it's not the least valuable card in the set, so not terrible. I want to get it at get the foil edge copy of it, but I'm not coming anywhere near that price point. These pre-sale price points are all over the place. Let's see where they wash out at. I don't think I own a copy of this card. I don't think I have this. Oh, it wasn't a Commander reprint. It was an Alara Reborn reprint. I actually think this is a really good reprint for the set, especially considering it's not a Commander. It's from Alara. Hard to come by, especially if in foil. What's that foil sitting at? 150 bucks. It's been dropping down, I think, probably a little bit since the reprint, but yeah, 150 bucks for that original foil. And so there's some of these that I haven't really been talking about that very much in my videos. The foil multiplier on some of these that have never or have limited amounts of foil prints. So that's one of the plus sides of getting these cards in there. I kind of hope to pull this one actually, because this is a card I could see playing, and it's hard to come by. Foil etched obviously would be nice. We'll see. All right, we're getting close to the end, people. Culligans Command. Culligans Command is a decent card. It was printed in Dragons of Tarkir. It was a mystery booster. But I think that's it. Wait, no, Commander 2017. Okay, so it's good. Wait, no, this is not Culligan's Command. This is a different card. Yeah, I think maybe the only printing of this was from the Dragons of Tarkir. This is a solid reprint at Rare. They have the new art, full art treatment. I kind of like that. So yeah, this is a good card to pull. I would not be disappointed pulling this. And I want a copy of it. So there you go. All right, hi, Hellcat Overlord. Hellcat Overlord is from Shards of Alara. It was in from the Vault Dragons. I may have the list copy of it. I'm not 100% sure about that. So pulling a copy of it just in case, because I know I don't own either one of these. So if I don't own the list, pulling a copy would be okay. But it's at Mythic. That's the rough part. It really shouldn't be at Mythic. But they had to put some cards at Mythic, right? Getting a foil edge copy would be okay. Again, hopefully I don't pull that. All right, we're almost done here. Marchesa the Black Rose. I love this new art. I love it so much. I want it in full art foil. That's what I want to pull. It's sitting at Rare. I wouldn't mind that. I already have a couple of copies of this. The Conspiracy copy, the 2017 copy. So I hope to not pull a regular version of it. But that full art, I'm getting it. One way or the other, I'm getting that card. It's beautiful. All right. We're going on to Marchesa Aria. Marchesa Aria is, it was originally in Alara Reborn. I think this is the first reprint of it. You can get it in foil etch. Decent print at Rare. I like that. I want to get a copy of it. So here we go. Pretty decent. I can't fault them for putting this one in there. Assassin's Trophy. This art it's not on this screen, I don't think, so I'll show you guys on this screen. It's interesting. It's probably not my favorite. It's kind of a weird art. It does have Raska in it, so that's kind of cool. And that's obviously the Sphinx turned into a statue at that point. Yeah, I don't know that I'm a fan of this art. And there's this secret lair drop. I have this already. This is my copy of Assassin's Trophy. I'm not moving on from that. It's a decent pull. It's worth a decent amount. Get it in foil etch. That'd be fun. But yeah, I hope I don't pull it. This is mine. Moving on. All right. So Nixalis, the Unshackled. I have the 2015 copy of this, I believe. I believe that's the copy I have of this card. It's a decent rare to pull, I guess. Getting it in foil etch would be fine. It's okay. It's okay that it's in here. And then last but definitely not least, we got a full art treatment. I think this is another one of those Richard Kane Ferguson arts. Let's see, let's pull this up. Yep, Richard Kane Ferguson. I love this. I need it. I play this card quite a bit, and I would love to have this art. Full art foil. I'll go out and pick it up if I don't pull it, but there's a good possibility I'll pull it. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Right now I have the full art commander version of it, full art foil commander legends version. There's been a couple other versions out there. I probably have multiple copies of this card. But I want this one. I want it pretty badly. Alright everybody, so that's going to be the end of this video. I have one more video coming out with only a couple of spoilers that I really wanted to touch on. And then other than that, I wanted to, talk about which cards I actually still need and, would be better pulls because I don't have copies of them. Alright, let's go ahead and close this one out. It went a little longer than I should have gone, but I hope you guys have a good day. Take care. We'll be back soon opening some packs.